Hello everyone, Sheila here and welcome back to my channel. Yeah, so I have here 4 new stamps. They are the new released stamps by Pink Ink Designs, and they are from the We Folk. And yeah, so there's 4. There are A6 stamps, and first one I'm going to show you is the No Harris. Okay, so cute. Um, so this is the stamp set. Yeah, there is a sentiment here and 2 of this on a different direction, and there's 2 flowers and 1 kind of a sunflower here, and that's the turtle. So as you can see here, that's the main image. Okay, so for the sample, there it is. She's so cute. Okay, so that's my sample for that. And the next one is Storm in a Teacup. Okay, and there she is there. Okay, so and there is the stamp set. So you will get 5 in the set. So there's a flower, there's this leaves, teacup, and the sentiment, "You're my cup of tea." So for the sample for that, here it is. Okay, so there she is there. She's so cute. I love her. Okay, so I used Creative Expression die for this one. I haven't used my die for a while. So that's that. And then the next one is the Helping Hands. So she's my favorite. Although I love them all, but I love her. So for the stamp set for that one, here it is. So there's 2 sentiments for this one, and there's a flower, and there's a mouse here. So yeah, so for the sample for that, here it is. So that's the main image, and I used the small stamps over here. So there it is. Okay, it's so pretty. I love the stamp. So the next one is Oops a Daisy. Okay, so there it is. And here is the stamp set. Okay, so for my sample, here it is. Okay, so there's the image, and there's the sentiment there. Okay, so that's my samples. And of course I made it's another one here, and I also made a pop-up book, and I just love this one. So the cover here, I used this one here, Helping Hands. I love her. And so that's the sentiment here. So I will give you a close-up. Okay. So I used a Spellbinder die. It's an old die. And yeah, I had it in my stash for so many years, or for 5 years, I guess. So I used it today. Yeah, so this one comes in the set, the flowers, and not this one. This is from a previous release. And yeah, and then there's the sentiment. I love that sentiment. And so that's the cover. And the spine, I use some smaller stamps from another set. That smaller one there. And that's the back, just a simple one. Okay, so I have ribbon for the closure, because I was going to do a magnet, but there's no space here, so I decided I have to do a ribbon for the closure. Okay, so here is the first page, and there she is. She's so cute. And then the second page, there she is again. I love her. Okay, and that's the third page. The one with the turtle. So cute. Okay, and the last one. There they are there. Okay, so then the back. Okay, so that's my samples for today. So there is a tutorial for this pop-up book, and just watch the whole video. It's there, and I hope you will enjoy the tutorial. So to start with, you need an A4 cardstock, and you will score this one on the middle. You will cut this one after you score it. So you cut this one to 7.5 inches. Okay, like that. So the fold will measure 6 7/8 by 7.5. 6 7/8 by 7.5. So yeah. Okay, so you will do 4 of these. So here it is. So then you will choose your color for this. So I'm going to use I guess Citrus Oxide, the Spiced Marmalade. This is kind of orangey, or fossil umber. I guess we will just use fossilized umber. Okay. Let's just see that. Yeah, this is better. Okay. So it will look like that. Okay. Now, so then we will put this one aside and we will make our teacup fairy. You need an A4, another A4 cardstock, and you cut this one into half. Okay. And then so you will have two pieces here. So we will put that one aside and then we will score this one. Okay, so this is the half of the A4, and then you will first you will score this one on the middle. So this is the width of the A4. So score this one on the middle, okay, like that, and then you turn it around and then score at half an inch here. Okay, so score at the middle and then you turn it around and then you score at half an inch. Then you will fold this like so. Okay, and you will do 4 of these, and then you will cut and fold that one. You will cut from the score line like that and do a diagonal one. Okay, so as you can see, there's the score line there. I just cut a diagonal line and then you will end up with this. Okay, and either you can fold that one now or later, it's up to you. So then we will, this one will be our base. Okay, so yeah, so we'll stamp the little girl here on the teapot. Okay, so when you fold that, it will look like that. I don't want to put it onto the middle because our face will be broken, so I don't like that. So this is better like that. So it's kind of off to the side here, as you can see. So there's her face and there's the other side. So you know, just when you stamp it, just line the score line here to the edge of her hair. Okay, so it will look like that. So it's not on the center, because if you put it on the center, it will be her face, and I don't like it. But if it is okay for you, that's up to you. So yeah, so then we will build this one up. So we will add more we will build a grassy field here. So I have to do a mast first. So I cut out from a copy paper for a mask. As you can see, here, I hope you can see, I cut out the line. See, there's no line around it because so when we shade later on, it will not have this white outline when you ink it. So just cut out some the you know, the outer line. So I hope you can see that. See, so there's no line on this. Okay, so this one will be a little bit smaller of the image that we just stamped. Okay, so here is our fairy that we've finished. And if you kind of smudge or you know, smudge at the back, you can just put gesso on it and just cover it and, you know, I did smudge something at the back here. So I just put just on it, let it dry, and then before you put it on. Okay, so it will look like that, and then we will have another layer here later on. So we'll just do this one first. So we'll put it somewhere, so make sure that's not going to stick at the top here. So you just move it a little bit there, so somewhere there. Okay, so you just add that. So you line that score line here with a score line on the page. Okay, so then you fold that and press right there. Okay, so there is our pop-up. There she is. So for the second layer of this one here, we need another layer here. So there's an A4 cardstock, and then that's the length of the A4. So you just cut 1.5 here. Okay, and you need 4 of them. Okay, so you have 4 strips here. Okay, and measures 1.5 inches by 8.25, which is the width of the A4. So then we will score this one. So onto the 1.5 inches. So onto the 1.5 inches, you will score at 1. Okay, and then you turn it around, and then you will score on the middle. Okay, now like that. You fold that, and then onto your score line here, you will cut a diagonal cut like that. Okay, and then it will look like that, and you will fold that like so. Then it will look like that. So you will do the other 3 like this. Okay, so we'll put that one aside. Now for this one here, we'll color this because I want to put a grass, and I also went ahead and in the stamp set there is this leaves, and I also went ahead and fussy cut 5 of them. It depends on how much do you want, so, or you can opt that one. So, and I just want to ink this one. So I want to ink this one so that it kind of darker at the background here. So this is the grass. Okay, like that. So you just need to darken that. And then I cut out some grass. This is by Marian Design dies. This come in a set like this. There's a long grass and a short grass. So I cut some of it already. So here it is. Okay. Then we will stamp this one, this sentiment. So I went ahead and stamped the sentiment from the stamp set, and I embossed it with a clear embossing powder, and then I just cut a rectangle, and then I inked the side with green, and I want to put that one there. So I'm going to transfer my leaves here because it will just be covered like that. So yeah. You do this one, the glitter is still, it's dry. Okay, so there is the teacup fairy. Okay. Let me just put some. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so that's finished, and we'll put that on the side. So to the next one. So our next one is this fairy here. So that was the storm in a teacup. So we finish that page, and then we will be doing this helping hand page. So it comes with this. Okay, so again, we need the other half of the A4, score in the middle, and then score half an inch score line here, so it will look like that. So the same as the one that I did on the first one. Okay, and yeah, so we will center this one like so. That. So so your score line will go into at the edge of her hair, and then at the kind of a millimeter to her shoe here, the front shoe here. So yeah, and then the tail of the mouse here, just line it onto the score line. So we'll stamp it like that. So to make the cover, um, you need to cut 2.5 and 7.5. So that's the length of your the side of the pop-up here. So okay, so that's 7.5 there. So that's the length of the spine. So 7.5 here by 2.5. Okay. Then what you'll do is that you will score 1/2 inch to your left, and then you will score at 2. Okay, like that. And then from that score line to 1/2 inch score line here, and 2 in the middle of it, you will score every 1/8 of an inch, or I'm using this scoreboard every groove of it. So This one has 1/8 of an inch groove, so you just score that until you reach 2 inches here. Okay, so then it will look like that. So there's the groove there, and then you will just bend that half of an inch score line like that, and then you just kind of bend all of that like so. Okay. Okay, something like that. So then we will color this one. So the cover will be kind of bluish green. So I'm using cracked pistachio, and find my green, and Mermaid Lagoon. Okay. So to make the cover, so I made the spine. Okay, so then we will do the cover. So you will cut 2 pieces of cardstock. So this one measures 5 and 5/8 by 7.5. So it will cover like that, just like that. So it has to be smaller than the base here, because when you open it, so it won't get caught onto the middle here, and besides you will cover that one with that, so like that, so it's okay. So this one is 5 by no, 5 3/4, 5 3/4. So I make it a bit smaller, just 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so yeah, so just make sure that the length of page has to be the same, but just smaller here. Okay, so it doesn't matter here because you have to cover that. So it has to be smaller here so that when you open it, it won't get caught onto the other side. So something like that. So you need 2 of that. Okay, so and I went ahead and colored this one. So I decided I want her to be the cover. of the pop-up. So I just colored, I use some dye here. It's an old Spellbinder dyes. Okay. So I want that one for the front. We'll put this one aside. So I'm going to stamp, ink this one and stamp it, and then I will put that one on the middle, like so. Okay. So to put together the cover and the spine, so on this front cover, I already adhere ribbon on the side for my closure, and then I adhere this one onto my first chosen page. So this is the Teacup Fairy, and and then I'm adhering the 1/2 inch score line onto the edge of the first page. Okay, so it's 1/2 inch only. Okay, and then I'm going to adhere the last page onto the other 1/2 inch score line on the spine. It's easier if you do it like this. So don't forget to adhere your ribbon before you adhere the cover. So this is the back of the last page. So this is the back page or back cover. Okay, and then I'm adhering this one to the 1/2 inch spine. Yeah, so you make sure it's lined up. Okay. And then the next thing you do to make sure, so when you join them together like that, make sure, I made a mistake here. I will let this one dry. So I put some glue there, and I leave 1 inch doesn't have glue. Okay, so then you will attach that to the next page, and make sure that this is not you know, the wrong side. So Okay. Again, I leave 1 inch here. Do not put glue on it. Okay, and then when you open it, make sure that this side is facing you. Okay.